Namaste everyone. Welcome to another of our Friday afternoon Qigong sessions. So as ever, thank you for joining me. Find yourself somewhere comfortable and let's start the practice. So this is going to be a really gentle and soothing practice to release stress and tension and tightness. So it's going to be a very gentle and presencing practice, and we're also going to give ourselves the opportunity to tap some tension or tightness out of the shoulders. So I invite you to just rub the palms together. Bring some warmth to the palms, connect to the heart. When we're feeling stressed, tense, tight, just come into that opening, bringing in that warmth, and then bringing your hands to your heart if that feels comfortable, and just breathing that in. Just notice the sensation of your palms on your chest, feeling held, feeling safe. And we can also at this point just bring a slight lift of the crown and tuck of the chin. And all that's going to do as we dip the tailbone slightly is just bring an opening into the spine and the back body. And that one hand gently trace down now. And breathe. So we've got one hand on the chest, one hand on the abdomen. We're not seeking to change the breath in any way, we're just allowing the breath to rise and fall, following the flow of the breath in the body. Just watching, no need to change. You might imagine the shoulder blades gently loosening and melting down the back body, slight lift up the front body. Standing in a state of balance, just noticing the breath. Now, one way we can relieve stress and tension in the body is to gently extend the exhalation, if that feels comfortable and right for you. You know your body better than anyone else, so find what feels good. You could count if it's 4 on an in-breath, you could extend to 5 or 6 on the out-breath, progressively, breath by breath. Wherever you are, take one more breath cycle. Lovely. And shake it out. So a really gentle way of just connecting and de-stressing the body can just be through touch, through breath. There's great simplicity in these things and they're easy to incorporate into the everyday. So let's release any tension or tightness in the muscles and the joints, and let's go through some of our usual warm-up, though we have some slight variations. So we'll start with opening the wrists up, especially if you've been texting or using devices, which can itself bring stress to the body. But if we're not aware and balanced. I know for me, scrolling can stress the eyes, and these can get pretty tight by the end of a day, especially if I'm writing. So the elbows opening up, the other way. And all we're doing was just freeing up the energy in the body, circulation, lubricating all of the joints. Let the tops of the shoulders bring you around. And those that are used to doing Qigong with me now, your body will get used to these movements, and just as you start, it might start to yawn, relax, soften, because it knows this time is time of presencing, of breath, of slowing down. So let's open up that waist, feeling that spiral coming right the way up if you're seated from your sits bones, if you're standing from the soles of your feet. And the other way. other way. So when we change it up like this, it can give us time to keep the mind anchored. Stay a little bit more engaged. Lovely. Let's just, a gentle dog wags its tail, so let the shoulders be soft. And it's just imagine from the tailbone, the side spine's opening up. All the information that's sent through the body. The vagus nerve is a big one. A lot of people talk about, so much goes through the spine. So it's great to just nourish and support that too. So let's come to awareness of these shoulders. So owl turns its head, brings a nice shoulder opening, and we're allowing those fingertips to soften and melt down with gravity. Taking a breath here. Only turn your head to the degree that feels comfortable. And back to centre. Breathing in. To lift and stand, and you might feel a gentle opening, a stretching through the inner arm. Creating space in the fascia and the connective tissue, especially if we spread them fingers a bit. If you think of tension and stress, it's often a constriction, a tightening of muscles. And what we're doing with these, we're stretching, we're making space in the body for the energy, the circulation to flow. So let's take out this tension that's common in this top part of the shoulder, so we can just bring our hands, so if we follow down the sides of the neck to the tops of the shoulders, slightly off the bone, this nice fleshy bit here, and just give this region a rub. So this is connected to the gallbladder. This is great for switching off a busy mind, releasing tension and tightness in the shoulders. A lot of people, without even thinking about it, will give themselves a good rub here. And breathe. So noticing as well, I've practiced as well about staying present. Does light touch feel good today? Does it feel to go deeper? Listening to your body and responding. If it feels good, you can also tap on that area gently, or to whatever degree feels good. Okay, giving that a nice rub. So we're going to do our usual releasing tension, tightness off the top. With owl spreads its feathers, but this time what we're going to do is we're going to take our arms to the sides, and then we're going to gently turn the thumb to face the floor. So the thumb at the minute is facing before you, facing in front, and we're going to turn so the thumb's facing inwards. Okay, and that's just going to bring a nice opening right the way through them palms. And then we're going to lift from the crown of the head, imagining a line of opposition between the crown and the head and the fingertips, as if they're pushing away from each other. That just protects the integrity of the neck and spine. And if it feels good to roll the neck, to just bring an opening, a release, just the body with its own weight and movement can bring its relief, tension and tightness. And to the other side, imagining that line of opposition between the palm and the crown, pushing away from each other gently. This is when you can do, if you've been seated, if you're noticing you're quite hunched, with the breath. Imagine an exhale as a relief, as a release of tension or tightness. Now let's just finish the arms up with a nice gentle, they call it Italian Qigong, holding, where it's just releasing tension or tightness from the arms, mamma mia and all that. Release, soften, breathe. Okay, nice shake. Let's ground into the lower body just with some gentle squats. Just bringing awareness, warmth to the lower body. When I used to experience stress, I used to feel it from here up. It's great to come back into the body. Okay, so this time we're going to claw up. This is quite an activating one. You can imagine raking out anything you don't need anymore and releasing. Raking, releasing. feels good, you can slow it down. Just bring in gentleness. Give your body the chance to slow down. Okay, so let's give the knees some love, just a few gentle circles. Find what feels good. My knees can be quite sensitive at times. It's just like nudging, getting to know your own body. Let's have a little bounce. So one of the main ways we can release tension or tightness is through a gentle bounce into the heels, and it's vibrating right the way through the body. Lovely. Slowing it down, and notice how you feel. So open up them ankles, really flex the toes, and if you're standing, see if you can allow yourself, even if you lean, but see if you can allow yourself the opportunity to have a bit of a balance, which is great for coming back to the present moment. Balance and stability in the body can bring balance and stability in the mind. And the other leg. Just giving the body full permission to open up and breathe. Okay, now this movement we're going to go on to now is spine cord breathing, and this is just going to open the chest and activate our parasympathetic system. So we open up, arms come to the sides, and then we breathe out and we're round in the spine. So those that are familiar with yoga, it's a bit like cat-cow. Open it up, round and down. If you notice yourself feeling particularly overwhelmed, just 30 seconds over a minute of this, and notice how you feel. This switches off the fight-flight response. If you're moving with your breath, bring in the mind and the body and the breath into harmony. I often notice when I'm stressed, I'm quite out of alignment from body or breath. Sometimes I'm focused on one or none at all. I always feel better for moving with the breath. Final time. And this time, if you're standing, we're going to heel toe out, heel, toe, heel. So we've got a nice horse stance, kind of twice the width of our shoulders. And from this place, we're going to bend forward, over, and wide-legged forward bend. So we're really opening up into that back body. Perhaps you feel to straighten your legs a little bit more this time round. Sometimes I feel to have a little twist here. Always be careful and listen to your own body, keeping a nice line of awareness from the crown to the tailbone. So we're never overextending, we're just listening, responding to the body, listening. Final breath here. And then this time we're going to stretch right the way up. Maybe a slight arch in the back if that feels good. And forward. So this brings a nice wave through the body. Up over the head. Lean forward, keeping the spine nice and straight. This one, elephant swings its trunk. It's just a lovely way of moving the whole body. Gentle wave, gentle stretch above the head, following that trunk, those hands with the eyes. When we track a movement with the eyes as well, and bring focus and calm to the mind. Imagine an elephant playing in water, gently bending down, picking up that water, squirting it out. I love the animal sections of Qigong. It feels playful and light to imagine embodying an animal and moving from that place. So, again, a bit of a shake out. So this time we're going to do some shake the tree and go into our Wuji posture and just do some gentle flows and a bit of balance, because that can be nice and grounding. So, very gentle today. So bring your feet shoulder width apart, a slight bend in the knees and lift of the crown. Now your palms can have a nice gentle stretch. Again, that's open the fascia, the connective tissue, and as we stretch the body it can, or just even invite an opening, it creates space, releases tension just through that intention. Slight dip of the tailbone, lift of the crown, and we breathe. So feeling a slight lift through the front body, a slight grounding through the back body. And just becoming aware of your breath. Feeling the breath land in the body, move up, through and out of the body. Imagine a marionette string lifting the crown of the head. So there's a sense of weightlessness, effortlessness. If your arms are feeling heavy, you can imagine them like corks floating on water in front of your abdomen, the lower dantian. And to bring the mind in the practice, you can imagine stepping into an elevator, a lift in the mind, and imagine that elevator sinking down and down through the throat, through the chest, through the heart, down to settle and land in the abdomen. You can imagine now your awareness like a ball of light in the abdomen, expanding, glowing slightly brighter with the inhale, contracting, condensing, consolidating with the exhale. Imagine a softening down those shoulder blades, bringing awareness to that area, the tuck of the chin, the lift of the crown. So in this position we're standing like a tree, strong in our foundation and centre. There's a timelessness to trees. When I remember to come to this place, those stressful things that felt pressing can sometimes melt and wash away. And even if they're still there, I can be with them with greater ease and acceptance. Just like the tree stands in the storm, the winds, weathering through all seasons of life and change. Well, that got deep fast. So, continuing to notice where the breath's landing in the body. And you can imagine a slight expansion in the abdomen, a slight building of energy, of breath. This is where the bodily energy is stored in Qigong, the life force. And so we're bringing our awareness here and building it so we can flow from that bubbling spring, from that foundation, nourishment of plenitude, and let that flow through the whole body. With breath, with intention, with flow. So when you feel ready, bring the hands in front, and again as if we're washing over water, and back to centre. I'm just going to do some gentle waves. So this one is the fountain, just nourishing the waters of the body. I notice in times of stress the brain can be in overdrive. So imagine water just washing right the way through the body, nourishing the brain, washing up and down that spinal highway. Keeping the elbows slightly fixed in space, backs of the palms come together. So just slight lean forward, very gentle. Final time. Back to centre and noticing how you feel. Let's do tree sways in the wind, and we're going to do this with opposite arms. So this would be your left hand coming up and washing down, followed by the right arm. What we're doing here, a bit of brain training, activating the right and left hemispheres, bringing them to balance as we breathe. So breathe in to lift and exhale to release. This one great for emptying the mind. So we've got a slight turn from the inner waist as we go up the side. This also works with the liver and the wood channel, which is associated with anger, with frustration. Speaking to that part of stress, releasing that from the body. Final time to each side. And notice how you feel. Allowing the breath to land low and deep. Perhaps noticing a change in breath from when we started. And bringing those palms in front. And this one, we're going to go this one's called Tai Chi opening, and we're going to flow into stork spreads its feathers this time. So a lift and a gentle sink. Gentle lift, imagine that lift coming from that abdomen. That ball of light that we created, that energy, that breath is what's lifting our arms. Just intention, not forcing. Inviting effortlessness. Okay, last time. This time we're now going to bring our arms out to the sides. I'm going to push into the corners of the room. Now finding a place of balance. Bringing one knee up, so this would be your left. Taking it out in front now, it can just be a gentle lift of the foot just off the floor. And then taking it round to the side and the back, so it's bringing an opening to the hips and some balancing. Gentle lean forward, or as feels good for you. Think about the grace of the stalk. The body might not yet align, be patient with that. This one took time. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, palms face the corners of the room. We'll lift in with the opposite foot. And for those that are seated, you can just do the upper body movement, opening a bit into the shoulders. Or you could even bring your leg round And just rest gently, keeping a line of opposition as if these are pushing away from each other, just to bring some opening to the hips as we're getting. So let's start that one again. Breathing in and out. Those that are standing, lifting the leg. Those that are seated, taking that across. And those that are standing, we're then going to take that around to the side and behind, and we're balancing. You can go right the way forward if that feels good. Imagine a line between the crown and the toes. And then we stand and we release. Again. Imagine stork standing in the sunshine, in the waters, gently lifting, and it can be just your toes slightly off the floor at first, keeping those toes nice and straight to swing round and behind. With the space we've got, can't give you my head and my toes, so we adapt. We bring that leg back through, lifting up, grace of a stork, we gently drop it down. And be gentle with yourself. It's taken me time to come to balances and new movements with more grace. Just imagining the stork, the energy of the animal as it comes round, can be quite grounding, quite shifting from energy. Bringing that leg back through. Breathing in and out. Final time to each side. Lift that leg. Trace those toes around. Balance and breathe. Coming back up and through. Gently down and flat. Really release those tension or tightness for the final time from them shoulders. As we take the toes around, keep them nice and pointed, round to the side and behind. Adapting to your space as I am. Something COVID definitely taught, how to adapt. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's what's possible now. And breathing in and out. Let's bring that to a close, draw down the heavens. Imagine showering in golden light, gently softening and relaxing any final tension or tightness in the body, so you can imagine waves washing through as we lift. Waves. Final time. Palms to the abdomen. Final time, just this one's coming home to yourself. Drawing in the fruits of that practice. Coming back to your centre. Placing your palms over your abdomen. And breathe. Bring this like lift of the chin, lift of the crown, top of the chin. Just noticing how you feel from when you started, and bring the legs closer together. Pine sways in the wind. This final posture, allowing the fruits of the practice to integrate, to settle in. Hopefully breathing a little easier. Moving a little more openly, gently. Giving yourself thanks for giving yourself this time to be present to the body, to the breath, to self-care. When we experience this place, it's easier for the brain, having experienced calm or peace, or whatever you've experienced in the practice, can help it feel easier to return to such practices with time, through noticing how we feel. Final breath, circling the abdomen up the right and down the left, tracing the organs, and release with an audible exhale when you're ready. Namaste everyone, thank you for joining, and until next time, take good care. Namaste.